Welcome back, Reds. Today on Anfield Wire, we're diving into shocking updates on Van Dijk, Salah, Nunez, and Liverpool's latest transfer targets. Don't miss a beat, hit that subscribe button and join the Anfield family for daily Liverpool news. Liverpool told scary Virgil van Dijk reality after Nottingham Forest performance. Virgil van Dijk continues to be vital player for Liverpool and impressed against Nottingham Forest on Sunday. Despite the Dutchman approaching his 35th birthday, Arne Slot and Liverpool have been reminded just how difficult it will be to replace Virgil van Dijk when he leaves Anfield. Van Dijk produced another solid display on Sunday, helping Liverpool keep a clean sheet and beat Nottingham Forest. The Reds snatched a late winner at the City Ground thanks to Alexis Mac Allister's last-gasp goal, which was awarded after a VAR check. Van Dijk is still regarded as one of the best defenders in the Premier League, having barely missed a second in the competition this season. Yet the Netherlands international will turn 35 in July, while his contract on Merseyside will expire in June 2027. The Reds were reminded of the scary reality that Van Dijk won't be around forever by former Chelsea player Pat Nevin. "Virgil van Dijk is such a class act," said Nevin while commentating on Sunday's game for BBC Radio 5 Live. "You think when he leaves, he'll be so difficult to replace, and he's easily been the best player in white, the away kit, for Liverpool today." Van Dijk has been a key player for Liverpool since arriving in January 2018. He's helped the Reds win 2 Premier League titles, 2 Carabao Cups, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Community Shield, the European Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. The Dutchman has made more than 350 appearances for the Reds. The only time he's missed an extended period of time since his arrival on Merseyside was during the 2020-21 season, when he suffered an anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury. Speaking of injuries, Florian Wirtz picked up one during the warm-up before Sunday's game. "We tried it in the warm-up, and he wasn't able to play," said Slot at full-time. "The good thing is there is a week to go until the next game." On his team's win, Slot added, "If you score in the last minute, there's always an element of luck. But so many times this season, we've experienced the opposite. A draw would have been a fairer result than a win for us. If we rely on one player, then things are not good, but that is not the case. Someone else has to do the job. The first half was difficult because Forest played well, and they have good players. I wanted more control over their midfield. I highlighted how well they played, but we lost every ball. The only part of the game was defending inside the box. We had to defend a lot of set pieces. We stayed in the game. We took over the game in the second half, maybe because they played on Thursday. We scored twice, and I would not have been shocked if both goals were ruled out, but maybe our luck is turning." Who is Luka Vuskovic? Liverpool keeping close eye on Tottenham defender. Luka Vuskovic could be one of the most in-demand young defenders on the market this summer, with Liverpool among a number of clubs interested in the Spurs centre-back. Liverpool is among Europe's top sides monitoring Tottenham loanee Luka Vuskovic, with a potential summer move still on the table. This season has been difficult for Spurs, and as its European hopes fade, top clubs are assessing its squad for transfer opportunities. Liverpool is also tracking Mickey van de Ven, but Vuskovic represents a longer-term, future-focused target. Despite Tottenham's struggles, it is keen to retain the Croatian, who has attracted attention from Real Madrid, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, and Manchester City. At 18, Vuskovic is considered Tottenham's potential long-term defensive cornerstone, though a transfer could arise if funds are needed to rebuild its struggling attack. Liverpool missed out on Vuskovic at 16 and is eager to seize the opportunity now. While Tottenham considers Vuskovic untouchable, a late summer offer around £60 million, $81 million, could persuade the North London club to part ways. But what else do we know about him, and why are Europe's top clubs circling? Vuskovic stands at 1.93 meters and is an imposing figure who is dominant in the air but is also a technically skilled player capable of building attacks from the back. He has been hailed as the best defensive talent to come from Croatia since City's Josko Gvardiol, who has sang the praises of his fellow countrymen. The London club secured his signing in September 2023, finalizing the transfer over the summer. He was promptly loaned out to newly promoted Hamburger SV, where he has made 19 Bundesliga appearances so far this season. His header against Bayern Munich marked his 4th goal of the season, highlighting the 18-year-old's knack for scoring in crucial moments. In December, he netted Hamburger SV's second in a 3-2 derby triumph over Werder Bremen with a spectacular scorpion kick. Opta stats reveal that no player has won more aerial duels this season, and only one has recorded more clearances, underlining his dominance in defense. Vuskovic featured for Croatia at youth international levels. He made his senior debut in June in a World Cup qualifier against the Czech Republic, coming on in the 88th minute of a 5-1 win. He earned his first start for the senior side in November in a 3-1 victory over the Faroe Islands, securing Croatia's qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Vuskovic is performing well beyond his age, though his pedigree offers some explanation. The Croatian hails from a family steeped in football tradition. His father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all played as defenders for Hajduk Split. Liverpool transfer news as Julian Alvarez priority emerges amid $71 million Man United battle. Liverpool transfer news as Julian Alvarez has reportedly made his priority clear for a summer transfer, while the Reds could be in a battle with Manchester United for a defender. Liverpool claimed what could be a vital win for its Champions League hopes on Sunday, and in turn, that could have a big effect on its summer transfer business. Alexis Mac Allister struck late on to secure a 1-0 win over Nottingham Forest that sends the Reds level on points with both Manchester United and Chelsea in the race for the Premier League's top 5. The former plays later today against Everton. Securing a place at Europe's top table though could prove to be vital, with Liverpool needing to do more business, and according to the latest reports, a familiar face could be targeted once again. Julian Alvarez, Atletico Madrid. Julian Alvarez will prioritize a move to Barcelona over Liverpool if he chooses to leave Atletico Madrid this summer, according to Football Insider. The former Manchester City forward has been heavily linked with the Reds previously, and was touted for a move to Anfield a couple of years ago, but the insistence that Luis Diaz be part of a deal led to Liverpool not following through on its interest. Alvarez though continues to be linked with a move away from Atletico, and it's suggested that he could push for an exit this summer. Should he do so, he would prefer a move to Barcelona over Liverpool or Arsenal, given he is reportedly not planning on a return to the Premier League anytime soon. Edmund Tapsoba, Bayer Leverkusen. Liverpool could challenge Manchester United for the signing of Bayer Leverkusen defender Edmund Tapsoba, according to reports in Germany. Fußball Daten claims the Old Trafford club wants to sign the 27-year-old, but there is also interest coming from Anfield, as well as Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. Leverkusen is said to be willing to sell Tapsoba for €60 million, $71 million, this summer, with the report giving Liverpool and United plenty of encouragement, having described him as the most complete centre-back in the Bundesliga. Liverpool news: Mohamed Salah advised to leave as Trent Alexander-Arnold's regret emerges. Mohamed Salah has received an instruction regarding his Liverpool future. Liverpool will already be planning for next season as the summer transfer window approaches. The Reds are aiming to secure a Champions League spot this term as the club nears the final stretch of the campaign. While it has been a mixed season for the reigning Premier League champions following their eye-catching transfer activity last year, it could benefit the team in the long term. Several of Liverpool's major signings will look to kick on in their second year at Anfield, but there is still work to be done with the squad. Mohamed Salah is set to be the subject of speculation over his future as he enters the final year of his Liverpool contract. The experienced forward spoke out against manager Arne Slot after being dropped to the bench earlier this season, and has since been consistently linked with a high-profile move to the Saudi Pro League. Former Liverpool star Trent Alexander-Arnold has also faced a difficult first year in Spain. Here, Mirror Football takes a look at some of the biggest stories surrounding the Reds. Make the Mirror your first choice. Click here to activate or add us as preferred source in your Google search settings. Mohamed Salah verdict. Former Tottenham Hotspur star Rafael van der Vaart has weighed in on Mohamed Salah's future and advised Liverpool's talisman to leave the club. The 33-year-old is still contributing to Slot's team, despite not replicating his goal-scoring feats from last season, but Van der Vaart believes the time is right for Salah to bid farewell to Liverpool. When I look at Mohamed Salah and the position he plays on the pitch, he has lost that extra half-yard and the pace is gone with age, he told Sky Bet. When you look at Virgil van Dijk, age is less important for a defender. He added, having a big player and a big name, like Salah, is sometimes a problem for both the player and coach. When you expect certain things as a coach from him and he doesn't do it, then of course you have the right to put him on the bench, but because it's Mohamed Salah, this can cause a massive issue. In every press conference every question will be on Salah. It could be best for both sides if Salah goes somewhere else in the summer. Trent Alexander-Arnold regret. Alexander-Arnold decided to leave Liverpool for Real Madrid last summer, but the fullback has faced several issues during his debut season, with injuries and competition for places limiting his game time. His comments upon leaving the Reds hinted at regret over how Liverpool supporters perceived the move. I completely understand the feelings that go with that, leaving Liverpool, and I've felt it myself, so I completely understand that the news will disappoint a lot of people, will anger people, it will make them upset, Alexander-Arnold said. Obviously, that went into the decision as well. It's something you don't want to do. You don't want to ever have these moments where you feel like you're letting a lot of people down, you're disappointing a lot of people. But I've had to make a decision for me, it's as simple as that. There were previously claims that the England international could be moved on in the summer, though these have since been dismissed. New Real Madrid boss Alvaro Arbeloa has spoken positively about the ex-Liverpool star during the early weeks of his reign. Darwin Nunez in talks for shock Premier League return as ex-Liverpool star set for new club. Darwin Nunez only joined Al Hilal from Liverpool last summer in a £46 million move, but the striker could already be on his way back to the Premier League in the coming months in a shock return. Darwin Nunez could make a shock return to the Premier League this summer, just a year after leaving Liverpool for Al Hilal. The Uruguayan striker moved on to the Saudi Pro League Titans in a £46 million move in August, but his first season with the club has been far from straightforward. With 9 goals and 5 assists to his name from 24 appearances across all competitions, it appears on the face of things that the 26-year-old has thrived in the Middle East. However, after the arrival of Karim Benzema earlier this month, Nunez has seen his future with Al Hilal cast into speculation. As a result of a strict foreign player quota and Benzema's registration, Nunez is now unable to play Pro League or Cup football for his current club. It will come as a major blow to the forward, who will have hoped to put himself in the frame to represent his country at this summer's World Cup in North America. As per Team Talk, Nunez is now considering his future with the club as a result of his brutal omission from the squad, with sources claiming that a number of European clubs have made inquiries ahead of the summer transfer window. Intermediaries have spoken with a number of clubs in England in particular, with Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United said to be interested in a potential move for Nunez when the window reopens. Elsewhere, Atletico Madrid and Juventus are also thought to be long-term admirers of the talent. However, a stumbling block in securing Nunez's services could come in the form of the mammoth £400,000 per week salary he currently reportedly receives with Al Hilal, despite no longer playing competitive football with the first team. With that said, it is also reported that Nunez would be willing to sacrifice a chunk of that salary for the right club ahead of 2026-27. It comes as Newcastle have struggled for firepower this season despite spending big on Nick Woltmade and Yoane Wissa in the wake of Alexander Isak's £125 million move to Liverpool. Elsewhere, Spurs find themselves running the risk of being sucked into a relegation battle, 16th in the Premier League standings and just 5 points clear of the drop zone after Sunday evening's 4-1 loss in the North London derby. Liverpool, meanwhile, haven't been without their own fair share of issues in the striking department this season. While Hugo Ekitike has impressed in his maiden season at Anfield, with 15 goals and 4 assists to his name thus far across all competitions, Isak's tenure has proven less fruitful. The Swedish striker managed just 3 goals and an assist before he suffered a fractured fibula in December which required surgery. As a result, he now faces a lengthy period on the sidelines, forecasted to return in April at the earliest. While it hasn't prevented Liverpool from thriving as of recent, Isak's injury has, in part, hampered the club's hopes of securing Champions League football for 2026-27. As it stands, the Reds sit 6th in the Premier League standings with 11 matches remaining with 45 points alongside 4th-place Chelsea and Manchester United in 5th. Up next for Arne Slot's side is a home fixture with West Ham United at 3 p.m. on Saturday, February 28.